I located the surviving Dark One.
One of those things is still alive?
Luckily, yes.
We all stand together, arms linked against the wind. Or it's every man for himself.
There's no power without blood!
You don't shake hands with the devil.
Is this whole fucking metro truly worth the blood we're going to spill?
I meant to just write an impressions thing, really, but it all kind of got away from me once I decided it'd be a good idea to start shooting video. So here we are now with I don't want to call it a review. Call it a review. Metro Last Light. Terrific game, never stops being fun to play even when it goes wrong. It mostly works, and when it doesn't, you don't mind. I went in expecting good and I got outstanding, always a nice thing. This is a shooter set mostly in the Moscow subway system, which was actually designed as a huge air raid shelter. That's right. While Americans were filling leaky backyard holes with canned peas, the Soviets were building a sweet subway shelter with room for thousands. People say big government is a bad thing. Anyway, about 40,000 people have lived in the metro for almost 25 years. Each station is its own political stronghold. Nazi station, communist station, hippie station, merchant station, all fighting small but bloody ideological battles because people never learn and war never changes. Last Light is the sequel to Metro 2033, which was quite faithfully adapted from the novel by Dmitry Glukovsky. I recommend the book. It's good. Very Russian. Very, very dark, but also surprisingly funny. The first game stuck to Glukovsky's narrative really well, and both of the games nail the setting. Life in the metro is this endless grimy trudge of mushrooms and tents and rats and hunger and hungry rats and boredom and fear. People are hardwired to survive, so they do, even building a sort of a life in the metro. Sucky life, yeah, but life. If Metro 2033 and Last Light have a theme, it's that hope and hopelessness are the same thing, and that the puzzle about humanity is the conflict between our indomitable will to survive and our species' apparent obsession with destroying itself. In Metro, humanity's miserable, yeah, but it's too stubborn to clear the stage, even though something better wants its turn. That something better is the Dark Ones. They evolved in the radiation, they're psychic, and they will turn your brain into pudding if you get near them. In the first game, a young man named Artyom has to travel from his station clear across the metro because he's been sort of drafted into dealing with the Dark One threat. Metro 2033, the game, ends just like Metro 2033, the book, did. Badly. It ends badly. For humanity, for the Dark Ones, and for Artyom. In Last Light, our hero is hit first by the revelation that at least one of the Dark Ones survived that conclusion. Before he can even digest that news, metro politics get front and center. Somebody has turned old station rivalries up to 11, and the whole place is going to dissolve into war unless he can stop it. Artyom's a hardened ass-kicker now, and he wants to stop the war, but circumstances conspire. He spends the entire game being tricked and trapped and beaten up and falling off of things and losing his stuff and getting betrayed by fucking bastard ass maggot weasel people he thought were his friends. Something Steerpike did not see coming and is still a little bitter about, but moving on. Metro 2033 was good, but it was not great. Potential damaged by rookie mistakes, I guess you'd say. Still, it managed to be a 6 out of 10. With Last Light, the developer, 4A Games, has gone from 6 out of 10 to Game of the Year material. It hasn't got a prayer of winning Game of the Year. 2013 is a foregone conclusion, despite the likely winner deserving it less than contenders like this one. Nonetheless, developers took criticism of 2033 to heart, but in some cases the attempts to address those gripes caused damage. Even at the hardest difficulty, Last Light is really easy. I mean, really easy. Really, really Lindsay Lohan easy. Aside from carelessness and a few retarded insta-kill moments that happen during your visits to the surface, it'd be a struggle to actually die in this game. A shooter vet could easily play through Last Light's 12 or so hours without reloading a single time. There is a downloadable super mega difficulty level called Ranger Mode, but for $10 I passed on it. People who pre-ordered get it for free, and maybe it makes a difference. I doubt it, though. The game's ease stems largely from one thing, its stealth system. Metro 2033 was roundly criticized for terrible stealth mechanics, a problem in a stealth shooter. The developer heard that criticism and it got a little carried away trying to fix it. Playing sneaky is definitely the correct approach in Last Light, but Artyom is like... It's as if Garrett and Corvo Atano had forbidden drunken sex underneath Harry Potter's invisibility cloak and Artyom is their Russian ninja love child. You're a fucking ghost. It becomes almost comical. Look here. Look at this guy. Dude. I'm standing right here. I mean, I guess it's dark, yeah, but didn't you grow up in a subway? Shouldn't darkness be, your ally? Fine, get stabbed in the head, see if I care. Between this and the fact that ammunition is lying around everywhere, another reversal from its over-stingy predecessor, seekers of challenge should do their challenge seeking elsewhere. But easy or no, it kept me engaged, and complaints-wise, that's about it. It's fun, plus freaking gorgeous. DirectX 11 gewgaws emit high dynamic independent radiosity from every tessellated ambient occluded surface, so if you play on the PC, you'll need horsepower, but it shines most on that platform. You want more complaints, don't you? Fine. You visit the surface several times. That's not a complaint, I'm working up to it. You visit the surface several times. Moscow's way too radioactive to stay in for long, so you need to hoard gas mask filters. They're not hard to come by, but your breathing time is displayed weird, and if you run out of filters, you're basically screwed. It's only a problem until you get used to it. I gotta say, otherwise, the surface visits are some of the best parts. Touches like wiping your gas mask visor are amazing. It's so immersive, such a little thing meaning so much. Plus, the artists do more with a ruined city's visuals than I could have imagined, at least until I played The Last of Us. The metro stations are like entr'actes between fighting. You socialize, re-equip, maybe pick up a nice hooker to take your mind off things. There should have been more of it. Not the hookers, the stations. And they should have been better integrated. Again, not the hookers. The station stuff should have been better integrated into the game. Last Light is tailor-made to be an open-world RPG, but instead it's totally linear. Despite that, it does hold your interest. It has surprises you will not see coming, some of them wrenchingly tragic. This is a really depressing game, and 4A crafted something that's beautiful mostly in its horribleness. Maybe that's why Last Light sold more units in a week than Metro 2033 sold. Gotta be gratifying, given the stories we've heard about miserable conditions at 4A games. It wasn't evil management this time, just circumstances. That they made a game this good without desks or running water, damn. Hopefully with revenue coming in, hopefully, they'll be able to buy some chairs to sit on. Maybe then move past these corridor shooters. The ending of Last Light is a pretty hard-stop conclusion to the story, though I highly doubt this is the last Metro game. Regardless, 4A is capable of more ambitious work. I'd say priority 1 is to heat their office and buy at least a pencil, but after that they gotta go big. This company was founded by some of the people who worked on Stalker. Ambition is in their blood, so step 1, paperclips. Step 2, go bold. You can help that by not waiting for a sale. Yes, you cheap bastard. Last Light is excellent. It deserves your money, so make with the credit card. I don't think you'll regret it. And if you do regret it, it's a game about life in a Russian subway. You were expecting what? My Little Pony? Quit complaining!